was one of the officers that was involved in a shooting recently, like a week or so ago. I guess he was shot in the arm, according to what I read online. He seems like a really nice guy. He actually has me blocked on Facebook, and I believe, it's my understanding that when people block you, it's because you cause them discomfort, pain. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to see you. They don't want you to exist in their world. So, you know, I talk about Vince and my feelings and this and that. I came to know Vince after he passed away. I recognized him. Our lives were intertwined. He was always around and grinning. And he was younger. He was very attractive. I didn't recognize him when I came back. Evidently, you know, when you get older, you put on a little bit of weight, and I don't feel any type of way about that. I'm just saying, I did not recognize him. The larger version of him did not look like the thinner version of him. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I was evicted from the Terrace Street address because I had a butterfly garden up, and code enforcement they tried to fine my landlord $1,000, and so he asked me to leave. Now, by law, he has no right to tell me if I can put a butterfly garden up or not. The whole thing was very sketch. Everything having to do with local law enforcement is always very sketch. So Vince went to say goodbye, try to get me to stay. I don't know. I will never know. What I do know is he did not cheat on his wife with me. There was no cheating. And if he had every opportunity every day of his life to leave his wife or to approach me and say, hey, I'm interested in you, and that did not happen. I think the last time we interacted was on the phone. This is Officer Vicente Ortiz with the Corpus Christi Police Department. I remember him saying that. And I remember I started yelling at him, and it wasn't about him. It was my frustration because he was going by the book, doing his job, you know, hey, and I just started yelling at him, and he was just laughing. I think it was like in shock, you know, like you feel some type of way about somebody, and then they treat you like shit. So anyway, we argued, and when he passed away, I don't think he was happy with me. But I have a strong belief that from what I know of him now, he was practically my other half. We had so many things in common, and I think we would have gotten along really well, and I was going to take that ass to Los Angeles. I would have made him LAPD. I think his kids are grown. I think, you know, him and his wife got together when they were young, and, you know, this was... And those are my thoughts, my feelings, okay? Obviously, can't speak for him. I just think that he was, I know that he was interested in me. Why would you drive, or why would you sit and wait for somebody to get home? And looking back over the years, there is another officer that they're very similar. They look very similar. And, you know, my history with that officer, being a local, not a personal relationship. I just mean my relationship to that person, having interacted throughout the years, I thought they were the same person. So now I can't tell, you know, when something happened and somebody was there, was it Vince or was it that other person? Doesn't really matter. I didn't mean to talk about Vince to be disrespectful. I am not going to attempt to visit his gravesite. If I caused harm because I was talking about going to the beach and there was something that seemed to be a meteorite and I said, hey, it's Vince, or if I say, you know, Vince is here, I feel Vince's spirit, that's my religion. That's how I relate to the world. It's not like, oh, Vince loves me so much, he's gonna, you know, materialize and send me shooting stars, and his wife and kids and his best friend not so much. I don't think that's the way those things work, okay? There's no Vince to transport through the universe. There's only my memories of what I believed occurred and the way I choose to frame that in the present tense. That's the only way I can explain that. I never meant to hurt you.